Hey guys, what's going on? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and it's the weekly. Let's just look at what I sold for the week and then hang out thing. No name for this thing yet. Usually we get about 10, 12 people eventually in here, so that's kind of cool. I am getting in a little bit late. Usually we start this thing about 3:15 my time, but I got a little bit behind today, so we'll see. We'll see who's here. I mean, we sprung forward. Everybody's probably sleeping in and or slept in, and now they've got to catch up. So we had a pretty good weekend. Um, the number of sales isn't there, but I've got a pretty good dollar amount, so I'm pretty happy about that. We got at least a couple of big sales. The return on investment on this stuff is all really, really good. So not upset about that whatsoever. We've got a fantastic ROI on the stuff. Hey, there you are. First one in there. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you stopping by. Usually we do get a few people in here, so we'll hang out for a little bit and see if anybody shows up. Bam, look at that. We can even show it. Usually Emily Conway pops on here. Mark usually shows up. Cajun usually, the Cajun Reseller pops in here. We usually get a few. So we're just kind of hanging out. I'm just talking until they show up. I'm excited because I actually had garage sales. Well, garage sale, singular, to go to yesterday. That was the first of the year. Hey, Marie. Marie's always here. Thanks. Appreciate you coming in. I should probably schedule these so that people actually know when they are. We need to actually stick to a schedule. I have a rough schedule. Usually it's between about, locally for me, it's between about 3 and 3:30. I guess East Coast, that's 5 and 5:30. Tracy is, she's taking pictures. You know, I don't tend to post really on Sundays, honestly, but I posted a ton last night. I think I made, for me, a ton. I think I posted like a dozen or more things yesterday when I got home from garage sales. So that's a lot for me. Maria, I'm glad you're listening too. Somebody ought to be listing. I'm not listing. Sundays is my non-listing day of the week. I may list one or two just small things, but for the most part, no. Hey, Rummage for Riches is here. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, it seems like a pretty good time, Marie, for, like I said, we usually get like 10 or 12 people in here, sometimes a little bit more. So I think this is just a random time that people are packing or listing and nobody else is live. I think Donna's actually live right now. So I just realized that her auction was live as I was putting stuff up. So hopefully we're not stealing anybody from Donna's auction. I can't imagine I'm going to take anybody from her. She's probably taking a few that might otherwise be here. But yeah, I had a garage sale yesterday, which was awesome. We haven't had garage sales here. Hey, Barb, how are you? Thanks for coming in. We haven't had garage sales, I think, since September. Because it got really cold. We never actually had a full-on winter. We had winter for about 2 weeks in November, at least not a Montana winter. But it was cold enough that nobody wanted to have a garage sale since like September. So it's been pretty nice. It's been unseasonably warm early. So somebody finally had a garage sale yesterday. I think it was like mid-60s. Really, really nice. And I actually put that up. If you haven't caught it, I did put the garage sale up. I've got, it's not out here because it's charging, but I've got the GoPro going now. I've got an older GoPro and just bought one of these clips for backpack. So I tried out the backpack cam on my first garage sale of the season. It actually worked out pretty well. I figured out a little bit later, I have to angle it down a little bit. I have to, there's some things I can tinker with it, but it worked pretty well. And it was funny. The very first thing, the first time I pop out of the car and start walking up, the guy goes, "You're GoProing?" So I had to explain immediately at the very first sale, the first time I used it. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Brunch Riches. There you are. Hey, Cajun, I thought you might pop in for a little bit. I appreciate you coming by, brother. And there is Emily Conway. I need to go shopping this week to compete in Emily's. Go watch Emily's channel. Go check out her last video. Get in on this thing. I'm going to be in it, so I feel bad because, I mean, everybody else is just competing for, you know, to be. Oh, also ran because I feel like I'm going to be that good. You know, I'm that confident, Emily. But no, I'm not. You guys are fantastic. I'm excited though. I want to do this thing, so that's kind of fun. I like Seattle. Rummage. Seattle is cool. It's not that far from here, frankly. I had some relatives that grew up in Bremerton, right across from Seattle. They canceled the Comic-Con. Oh, are they worried about catching the flu? That's a bummer. So I bet there's people with a lot of stuff to sell. So, you know, I wonder if there's like local flips that can be done now. People that were planning on selling stuff at Comic-Con and now they've got nowhere to sell it. I don't know. You'll do great. I'll do okay. You know what? I'm going to hold my own. I'll see. I actually picked up a couple of cool things, I think, from they were local, like estate auction. Instead of doing an estate sale, they did estate online auctions. I think I did okay. I bought 2 lots. I paid $5 a piece. Super low, plus like the 10% fee is all they charge. Another one here charges 15%, so it was nice only to have the 10. And I think we did okay. I pulled out a Talk Boy Deluxe, which is that's the deal that Kevin talks into on Home Alone 2. That's the thing that he's got. Those sell really well. Now, I don't have the battery cover on the back, which is a bummer. I don't know how that impacts. I think they're like $50 or $60 if complete and work. So I don't know. I don't know how much they're worth if they don't have a battery cover, but it was worth $5 for me to find out. So we'll see. There was also not a great, but a basic Sony Discman in that lot too. So those two ought to pay for the whole thing. And I put on my Instagram, or I didn't yet. I need to put on my Instagram. I found a metal Beatles sign. I don't have it in here. I'd show you. I think it is vintage. It's not a repop because it's very heavy. It's not like on the tin or, you know, the pot, you know, the what is it, aluminum or something that they use now. It's on steel, and I can't find another one like it on a quick look. It's advertising the Sgt. Pepper release. It feels like something somebody would have put up in a record store, because all the Sgt. Pepper signs, metal signs I can find are it's just the square. It's the album cover. This is not that. It's different. I'm pretty excited. It could be super valuable. It could be, you know, $20. We'll see. But I paid $10 or $11 for everything. So I think we'll do okay. I'll have a video on that coming up later this week. I have GoPro footage of we walked through. A buddy of mine came with me, and we walked through the preview and looked at the stuff. So you'll get to see a lot of cool stuff. Most of it was not affordable for reselling. But then, so I'll do the walkthrough and then show you what we picked up. That'll come Monday, Tuesday. I hope. Depends on when I have a chance to put it together. Yeah, I love Bremerton. Bremerton's awesome. I went fishing in the Sound a lot in summers. Yeah, that's true, Cajun. That's a bummer. That's why I don't like selling anything that's not in hand. That makes me nervous. Hey, Danny. Danny you were so sweet, Danny. Thanks for always coming in. Danny's seen my garage sale video from this morning. That was a cool sale. I was excited. Very small sale, but I found a couple of things. Other than I left the one thing that would have made us like $20, $25. I accidentally left it behind. That's a bummer. I didn't even realize it until I was editing the video. I was like, what did I do? I set that thing down. The comps were really good. It was like a quarter. and I made 25 bucks on it. And I set it down. I got distracted and I squirreled away and I left it, but that's okay. Yeah, that's a bummer that things are canceled, but people are freaking out. So, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, the storage unit. You know what? I didn't buy anything at the storage unit, but my buddy did. That video, I'll probably have that up. I don't know. Let's like midweek. I think we got a couple of cool things out of there. We only paid 30 bucks for it. Well, he paid 30 bucks for it. So I basically got to film him spending money, which was kind of fun, and then dig through and find out what he found. He definitely made his money back. I'll spoil at least that much. We didn't lose money on that deal, but it was a fun first sale. Yeah, I need to go. We're gonna go to another one. It was cool. I didn't need an entire storage unit, and he told me this morning about 90% of what we pulled out of there. We left some stuff behind. He's got until tomorrow to finish clearing it out, but we brought this bunch of stuff back. About 90% of it, he said it was junk, but there's some good stuff. It was a lot of clothes, honestly, but there were some good ones. There was some new tag stuff. There was some vintage stuff. I think we'll do okay, but I'll have that video coming up. My first storage unit auction, whatever, storage locker auction. That's what I was trying to say. Hey, we got a dozen people in here. That's awesome. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Probably start going through some of the stuff I sold, and I'll pack up a couple of them as we chat. I've got to grab my phone over here so I can figure out. I'm waiting on like 4 sales to pay. I don't think it's going to happen. One of them, I think that was Thursday, and they haven't paid yet. So that thing's been opened. A case has been. You know what's annoying too is it's the second time I put that at auction, and the second time the winning bidder did not pay for it. At least they haven't yet, and I don't anticipate them. So, and it's weird. It's a spider, a women's spider extra large quarter zip cord jacket. It's really nice. I don't know why they're not paying for it. It's the cursed item. I might just put it up as a buy it now and require immediate pay because I'm getting frustrated with having to now relist that thing here probably on Monday for a 3rd time. It's super obnoxious. So I'm waiting for them to pay for that. I sold a retail arbitrage hoodie. I picked that up at Ross. It's an Adidas hoodie. Took an offer. That's an overseas, and it's interesting because usually the overseas, I don't get non-paid cases on international buys, and this one I did. So we got that one that I'm waiting on, and I'm waiting on something else. Oh, I had a junk drawer lot last night that went for like $5.50 plus shipping, and they haven't paid yet. So that one's just a little. I mean, I'm not all that concerned about that one. I did sell. Let me pull up a picture because there's one thing that I've already packed up because I made my first sale on Instagram. I just started Instagram like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, maybe. I don't know. I'm still learning how it works, what I should put on there, how I put things on there. But I found this Grateful Dead hat. It's like a pillbox hat. And I put that on there, and I actually sold it straight off of Instagram, which was nice. So I could kill it off of eBay and not have to pay the fees. I got to turn down hold on. I had to turn down the contrast or the brightness. So there's the hat that I sold. I had it on eBay for just under 34 bucks. And I sold it to her since I didn't have to pay the fees, and I saved money on it. They had a cool on the inside too. See if I can find the inside. Yeah. I don't know why you want to put the cool art on the inside on the top of the hat, but it's definitely cool. So we sold that Grateful Dead hat. I picked it up for $4.99. I definitely paid up. I don't pay that much for hats typically. But Grateful Dead, I knew it would sell. And it sold inside of about a week, like I said, on Instagram. And she paid $29.99. It only cost me about $3 to ship. So we made a good profit off of that one. So that was a cool hat. So that's already I don't know where here it is right here. It's already boxed up. I was hoping to get it out yesterday, and the mailman showed up early. So it's boxed up, getting ready to head to Florida. And I'll do that tomorrow. Marie was here first, Danny. You're the follower, but that's okay. I appreciate you following me. I'm going through these comments so I don't get too far behind. Yeah. Hey, thanks. I haven't seen you in here before, so thank you for coming in. Tax and Business Zone Los Angeles. Thanks for stopping by. Jody, yeah, jewelry. I see what you did there. Yeah. It's obnoxious when people. So, and actually, I had another one. I had 4, and made a sale, or took an offer on something. I gave them a pretty good deal on a wrestling figure, new in the package, and then later that was this morning, and then this afternoon they sent me a message saying, "I thought this was the figure my son wanted. It's not. Please cancel." Now they apologized, which was nice. I mean, they weren't rude about it, but it's like, why wouldn't you check this beforehand? At least they didn't pay, because they pay and then you got to PayPal keeps that fee, and that's a bummer. But it's still obnoxious to sell something and then have to relist it. But it is what it is. Hey, Justin, how's it going? Man, we are popping around through the chat here. Guys, thanks for coming in. Emily Conway has a cool family. Let's look at some of the stuff that I sold. Why not, right? I've got 10. We've sold 10 things. Well, oh, that's your mom. That's awesome. I just thought you were adopting like Danny May as your mom or something. That's awesome. We've got the fam in here. That's exciting. You'll have to do yeah, I want to do an interview with her too. I'm going to find out all about you. I'll do an interview with her. This is what I do for a living. I can dig into the secrets. And I completely lost where I was going. Yeah, so sales, we have 10, but that's up over $400 because a couple of these are really nice. Now that's of course gross, and I have several international orders, so they pay more for shipping. So the number's thrown off a little bit, and I apologize for the lighting in here. I do have a ring light coming. It should show up Monday, Tuesday. Depends on how the coronavirus slows down the shipping, but I do have a ring light coming. So I've got that and IKEA bags. I feel like I've hit the big time with ring lights and IKEA bags showing up next week. So the lighting in here is about to get much better. I guess let's just start with what's here at the front. Picked this up. Actually, this came out of the same lot as something else that I'm going to sell here pretty soon. This actually has a really good sell-through rate. If you find this, the Pirates of Penzance, it's got Angela Lansbury and Linda Ronstadt, Kevin Kline. It's actually a fairly star-studded thing. I had this up when I first got it. I put it at like $14.99. It was priced fairly high, but there was some that sold at about that, and it just didn't move. And I happened to see it the other day and thought, you know what? Let's check the comps, and the comps were much lower for what was selling now. So I lowered it to $10.99, and within about 2-3 days, it sold. So $10.99 free shipping. It's medium mail, so $280 now instead of $275. But it's still good because I bought a box of DVDs. Most of them, well, a lot of them were old wrestling, WWE wrestling DVDs. Those were fantastic. I sold through all of them. Some of them for like 25, 30, 35 bucks. If you find old wrestling stuff, old wrestling DVDs, they're really, really good. And I picked them up. That was an estate sale. I had them in a box with some other. I picked up it was a Godzilla VHS tape. That thing sold for like 25 bucks. Some Power Rangers, like oddball Power Rangers spinoff series. Several of those sold for like 10, 15, 20 bucks. And I think I just sold the last 2 things from that. We had this, and then I'll show you the last one. But I put them all in a box. They were wanting like $1 a piece, and I ended up bundling and bought the entire box for it's been a while now, so I don't remember, but I think it was something like $14. I was like, hey, would you take 14? She went, sure. So I could have probably got it for 10 or 12. But it doesn't matter because like I said, we've made hundreds of dollars off of those DVDs. I could probably go through and figure it out, but I bet now with this big sale, we've definitely made hundreds. I bet we're to about 300, between 300 and 400 on DVDs, which is awesome. So Pirates of Penzance going out. I'll get to the other one that's kind of buried. This I'm going to actually have to pack up and ship tomorrow. I thought I had a box for this. I was sure I did, and I don't. This is really cool. I took the battery out of it. I should have left it in, but I was getting ready to pack it, so I took the battery out. If you find these old Garfield Sunbeam clocks, pick them up. There's not many. Now his eyes are going crazy because he doesn't have the battery in, but the tail goes back and forth, and once it calms down and he doesn't have the crazy eyes, the tail flip-flops and goes alternate with this is Sunbeam from I'd have to look up what year it is. It says on here somewhere. 1981 is when this is from. So 1981 on this. These sell really, really well. Now, if they're new, you can sell these for about $100 or more, depending on how many others are out there. They trickle onto eBay, so they're not unheard of, but they're not super common. So, and this one's not in perfect shape. I mean, he's actually got, I don't know if you can tell, he's actually got some goofed up spots, like right there on his face. There's a little, there's scuffing and some problems right there, and it's still sold. So if you can find one of these new, if you can find it in good shape, these are really, really good. Now the alarm clocks are good too. But this sold this is actually going overseas. It's going to the UK, and they paid me $87 plus $29.99 shipping. So it was like 20 or 25 bucks that I paid for this guy a little while back, and they're in it like 115 bucks. So this is not that heavy. So the Garfield clock, he's been hanging on my wall for a while now. I've been turning down low offers. People are interested. If you find these, you will definitely pick up interest. If you price it low, you can move it fast. If you price it high, you can wait, and you're going to eventually get somebody to buy it. So this is going out all in for 90, like almost 120 bucks. So really good sale with the Garfield clock. I'm going to be bummed. He was right at the foot of my stairs. I'm not going to see him anymore when I come in. So I'm kind of sad about Garfield. And I like Garfield because my cat, when I was a little kid, our cat growing up was a orange cat. His name was Garfield. The guy was fat, fluffy. It fit. So yeah, my cat growing up was Garfield. So I kind of did Garfield. I'm going to be sad to see him go. Hey, Dave, thanks for coming in, man. We got 14. We got a good crowd. That might be as many as we've ever had in here. Like 14, 15 is about our max. So I appreciate you coming in. We're just running through the things I sold, at least right now. Yeah, Cajun, that's not my only international order, though I'm waiting for a couple international orders to pay. And that's not typical. Well, at least one. I'm waiting for one international order to pay. Kind of bummed out. That's not paying. But we'll see. I didn't pull it out. I've had enough not pay recently. I used to pull them out as soon as they sold before they paid, just assuming, hey, they're going to pay. And now I've got tired of pulling stuff out that then didn't get paid. So it's still, I haven't pulled it out, haven't done anything with it. So it's fine. You guys got to do international orders. And I decided, you know what? I decided, Cajun, because we're coming up on 500 viewers. Well, not quite. We're at 413. I think is where we're at. And I decided, you know what? The reason I started this YouTube is because I've learned so much from people on YouTube, from watching other resellers. And I wanted to just share the information that I've learned like they did. And so I wanted to do something. Once we hit 500, I wanted to do something that was actually beneficial. And so I think I've decided today that I'm going to sit down and kind of do a breakdown of selling international, how it works. I'll break down my numbers, and we can look at my numbers to show you how many international sales I've made in the last, however long. And then we'll look at Web Interpret too, because Web Interpret is something that's made me thousands of dollars, and there's only something like 40,000 people using it. Many more people need to use this thing because it's a fantastic tool. I make sales with it every week internationally that I may not have made otherwise. So I think we're going to break that down for number once we hit 500, and then we're going to do comments underneath that. And for those that comment on that video, I've got some cool giveaways. I just got something. I just got my my thing in from a lot of Josh. A lot of Josh sent something in for us to give away when we hit 500. If you haven't checked out his show, go check out his show. Harry, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it. Harry is fantastic. So we've got a lot of Josh. We've got something from Dominic, Primetime Treasure Hunter. We've got something from him to give away. I've got something coming from the Pure Hustle podcast. They dropped that in the mail for me yesterday. I think they sent me a video. I think we're going to put that up on the Instagram feed. If you check me out on Instagram, you can actually see what Pure Hustle podcast is sending me. I thought it was a great idea. I was excited, and they thought it was cool too. So they're sending that off. Kevin at Commonwealth Picker, he's also sent me something, and I've got that now ready to go. So it's going to be really cool. We got some cool giveaways. I'm excited for that. Mom and Dad, that's fantastic. Oh, I missed it. Oh, there it is. It's just at the top of my chat. There we go. Oh, where'd you go? I saw you said something, Barb. Okay. Just about to ask you about international sales. Like, I would like to know the difference between shipping to Kentucky versus mailing direct to international. Perfect. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to break it down because I know a lot of people don't do that. I was very nervous about doing it initially. And then once I got going, once I started doing it a few times, I realized, you know what? This is no big deal. It's easy. And instead of selling to millions, all of a sudden you're selling to billions if you direct international shipping. So, and I still use GSP as well. So I'm going to break that down. Once we hit 500, that video will come out. And I think that it's not like a bells and whistles and balloons falling from the ceiling 500 episode, but I think it's the mission that I'm out there for, right? I mean, I want to help people, and this is something that will help people make more money. So that's what we're going to do for 500. And then we'll do the, comment, and we'll randomly select on the next video after that. Maybe we'll do a live and announce the winners. I'm not going to give multiple things away to the same person. I think we're just going to give away a whole bunch of stuff to a whole bunch of people. I think it'll be fun. If you haven't gone over to my Instagram, by the way, I'm giving away a Montana, like a handmade Montana plaque. They're really cool. They're an old vintage piece. It's Mountain Man Treasure on Instagram, all slammed together, one word. And I put a post up the other day. All you got to do is comment on the post, tell me which one you like. And then coming up on Friday, we're going to announce the winner. Bluegrass Picker is going to announce it on his show. And if you win that, or actually it's two different people. That's what we decided. So you might win that, or if you do comment, you're also entered to win a Patrick Mahomes card from Bluegrass Picker. So, and that you could resell that thing and make some money. So yeah, go over to Instagram, follow me, and comment and all that. No big deal, Barb. We're going to talk about it, Barb. That's coming up. I bought from Dave, where are you at? Where are you? You do have to pay. It depends. Every country is different. Most of them have a set dollar value. It's based on however much, because I have to declare on my customs form how much the item in that box is worth. And then usually they have a chart based on however much I say it's worth. Then the price that you have to pay for duties goes up incrementally, and it's different in every country. That is the one frustration I know for people. Sometimes they're not expecting that, but they should be, because it says on the top of eBay, puts it on the top that you're going to have to pay potentially some import fees. And I put it at the bottom of my listing as well. So it's on there twice on every listing now, that if you're an international buyer, That's a possibility. I I hate it. I hate that for the customers, but it is cheaper than global shipping for a lot of them because global shipping just charges, as I understand it, an average. They charge an average price. You just pay them basically a flat fee. That way, they don't have eBay doesn't have to go and figure out what each country does. Uh, they don't have to figure out the dollar amount. They just charge you a flat fee. They have some sort of deal with the various postal services. So for people buying very expensive items, it's a good deal. But for people buying a T-shirt, they don't want to pay up and pay that higher dollar value to buy through global shipping. They'd rather get it shipped direct. So I'm in England. Yeah, an NES system. So that was probably what, like $100 buy, depending on what came with it. Man, I'm sorry, my nose is. I got dog hair floating around here or something. So yeah, you probably had to pay pretty hefty import fees, which is a bummer. I'm I'm learning. I'm still learning. I think the key to Instagram is a lot of hashtags. So I'm still learning. I don't know how to use it either, but I'm using it. I'm using it and learning as I go. So 28 pounds in tax. That's pretty hefty. Yeah, I was gonna say that's what, $38, something like that, $36, something. Yeah, and I get some feedbacks like that from people going, I had to pay to get this. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that. I mean, it sucks, but that's let's do a couple other what solds. I sold two Funko Pops. We sold Hela from Thor Ragnarok. We sold something from Thor Ragnarok I think last weekend. Surtur, or at least this last week. So this is the next one. This is a Target exclusive. This I sold for $25 plus shipping. So not bad. This part of a bulk deal where I paid $520 for a guy's collection, and we've like more than tripled our investment on that now. So this is all profit on this guy. And then I just sold this guy as well, Nerd Rage. Not as much, $8.97 free shipping. I priced him low to get under the market just to move him because they don't sell very often, and I wanted to just move it out. So this guy from Fallout. So we're gonna make a couple bucks. We don't make much off of this guy, but that's fine. Funko, I love selling Funkos, and they're super easy to ship. Yeah, it is taking me a while, Emily. I'm still learning. There's so many hashtags that I think you have to put on there if you want people to find your stuff, but I'll get it figured out. Barb, thanks for stopping by. I sure appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys. I can't believe we've got like 413 subscribers, I think, which is pretty incredible. I just started about mid-December. So to be up to that point already, I'm super happy. This you might have seen. I think not the video I put up today, but the one I put up just a little bit ago. This is just the blank. It's the blister pack and the card for an Iron Grenadier. This is an old G.I. Joe from 1980. It says on here 1987. This is pretty beat up, but people want to get these because they'll peel this back if they have this guy, and they can put him in there and kind of seal it up, and they'll rehab it, and it'll look like a mint on card guy for their collection. So this thing, I picked this up. I paid $15 for a whole pile of stuff. We actually got this thing. I'm keeping this. I'm going to rehab this. I got the A-Team van with BA and they're driving. It's beat up on this side, but I think I'm actually going to peel off the sticker and just pinstripe it and fix it myself and clean this thing up. I'm going to keep this as a little background piece in here. This thing is cool. These actually sell pretty well, but I'm going to keep this. I think we're going to make decent money off of that sale. But this guy, He actually sold almost immediately. I posted him within an hour. Somebody sent me an offer because there were another couple of cards out there, but they didn't have the two blister packs connected. And mine is in rough shape. But I think, I don't know, they either want it for this or they want an uncut. This is called a file card. You can find these. I actually got a whole pile of these along with a bunch of G.I. Joe accessories. Some of just this card, because people would cut these out. It's got their bio on there, is what that is. Kids had cut these out and hang on to them. Well, usually these got trashed or lost. I sold so many of these this summer, paid like $5 for a whole box full of stuff. And I was selling these. Some of them, the more rare ones, were selling for like $20 free shipping, all the way down to, you know, $7, $8, $9 free shipping. But I'm making $2, $3, $4, $5, $15 over and over and over on all of these cards. Well, this one's uncut. So if somebody wants an uncut card, they can take all this back. So they either want the blister pack or they want the card. I posted it as a file card just because it was so trashed at $14.99 free shipping. Somebody sent me an offer of $10 and I took it. I mean, I typically don't accept offers immediately when I've just posted something, but this was literally pulled out of the trash. And they're sending me $10 free shipping. I paid $15 for everything. So I thought, you know what, let's get $5 of that $15 back right away. And I mean, it's a piece of cardboard, right? So I do not mind that. So G.I. Joe, keep a lookout for these backings. These things do sell. And if you find like the Star Wars, the original Star Wars, they sell for a ton. They'll sell for like $100 for this. Not even with the blister pack on there, just the cardboard if they're in good shape. Yeah. Be sure the unique hashtag with each post. Otherwise, if you use the same over and over, they start to think you're a bot. That's good to know. I'm still learning. We need to have, you know what, Emily, you do such a good job with, here's how you use these things. You should do it. Here's how you use Instagram for reselling. I would totally watch that. I mean, I watch all of your videos anyway, but I think that would be a cool video. Oh, I think almost. Yeah, you ought to have 2 accounts, Danny May. If anybody needs 2 accounts on Instagram, it's you. You deserve 2 accounts. Okay, let's see what else we got over here. Our phone shut off. So, okay, this is another international sale. Let me see where this is going. This is going to France. Paid $1 for this. It's a vintage single stitch Hard Rock Cafe, Washington, D.C. This is new old stock. It was never worn. You could still see where it was folded. The graphics, I don't know if you can see through the bag, but the graphics, they're perfect. This is an XL vintage Hard Rock Cafe single stitch. This is going to France. They paid 36.39 euros. I'd have to see what the conversion is for that, but it's like $45, $49, I think. So not bad on a $1 shirt. This is it's a heavier shirt. It's cotton. It's an extra large. It's probably going to push past the 8 ounces. So I'm going to have to pay a 1 pound rate, but that's $15.95. So no big deal. We're going to make $30 off of this shirt. So I am completely down with that. Oh yeah, look, see, mom says do a video. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be a great video, Emily. And I bet you would pull in some people with that one. Danny May, thanks for coming by. And BOLO Buddies is here. So here's your BOLO, Courtney. Garfield clock. He sold, we did this guy initially. He finally sold, picked him up for, it was like 20 or $25. He today sold to somebody in the UK. They paid $87 plus $29.99 shipping. And he's not going to cost quite that much. He might cost quite a bit. Because he's plastic and I don't want him to break. So he's going to get a lot of wrapping and void fill. But all in, they're like $120 on this guy. So and his tail. But yeah, these Sunbeam Garfield clocks from the 80s, really, really good. We did Pirates of Penzance. This guy, well, all right. This is one of, like, Courtney's got the bread and butter bolos. I don't do so much with the bread and butter, but I do meat and potatoes. This is a meat and potatoes bolo. If you find these guys, I have another one in my store right now that's a brown, like a tan. And I've had some interest on that as well. This is, they call them woolies. I don't know if it says on here. Yep, it does. This is the official woolly, but then they have other ones that are basically the same. There's the tag. Okay, this is like a military, a European style military wool sweater. Now this one happens to have, it's got like shoulder patches. You can't see. I'm sorry. The ring light's going to show up, I promise, next week, and it's going to be better. This one has, it's got kind of like patches on the shoulders, but it pinches in down there on the waist, on the bottom. These are really, really good. They don't sell for a ton. Now, if you can find a really old vintage one, it might sell for quite a lot. But your standard woolly like this is going to sell pretty regular at 25 to 30 bucks. So if you can get them for a good price, and that's what this one, I took an offer. I think I had it at 29, took an offer of 25. But this says he's paying $29.99, which means it's going international because it's a wool thing. So it's heavy. I don't think I needed to set that so high, but apparently he paid it. This is going to France. So we've got another order going to France. So he paid 25 bucks plus $30 shipping. So we're 55 bucks in on this guy. So that's definitely something to look out for. Something to, let me see, where do you always find? Well, Courtney, thank you. I have to find the bolos. I got to sell the stuff. Here's a bolo. Here's a bolo brand. If you don't know, I'm not super excited about clothes, but I do pick them up when I see good ones, because they do sell. This is the first of this brand that I've ever found. Didn't even matter the size. I grabbed it. Can you see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. I can't wait for that ring light. Untuck It. There it is. Untuck It is a fantastic brand. Basic Untuck It, like a white Untuck It shirt, will sell for 30 bucks. Pretty steadily. They sell really, from what I can tell, they sell a lot faster on Poshmark, but they do sell on eBay, and this sold as a medium. It's just a red and white stripe, checkered medium shirt, very basic, but sold for $33.99 plus shipping. Now I paid, I think, $3 for this at Goodwill. So keep an eye out for Untuck It shirts. They will sell every time. Like some clothes, they take a little bit longer, but people absolutely love Untuck It. It's a really, really good brand. Yeah, no, that's good stuff, Courtney. Like, that's what most of my stuff is, a basic, most of my sales are 10 to 20 bucks. I mean, I think that's most people. And then you get lucky and get the big sales, like the Garfield clock, and that's smattered throughout there. That's what makes up your sales. Yeah, Emily, you need to go and watch. You know what? You should. You guys need to do the Captain Planet and join your powers. You'd be a great guest, Emily. Yeah, clothes are boring. I agree. But they do add up. And I like selling hats. I guess that counts as clothes. I've actually got like almost 100 hats coming to me in the mail. I bought wholesale. They're getting shipped out tomorrow. So I'm going to have a whole bunch and I already have some, but these are ready to post. So I'm excited about that because I don't have to clean. I don't have to rehab them. That's what slows me down on some of that. Yeah, a lot of Josh. You're right, and that's where I learned it. Was a lot of Josh was the Untuck It brand. Yeah, I'm excited that he sent something in. I think it's cool. You guys are going to like the lot of Josh item that I'm giving away. I'm not announcing these yet, though. If you looked at the Commonwealth Picker, he announced it because he autographed it right there on his channel. So, and the Pure Hustle podcast guys might have to, but I'm going to announce that one on my Instagram anyway. Oh, I got lost. Go back. My channel's helping me learn. I'm almost as good as my mentors. You are no. Courtney, you're really good. Like the amount of research that you put in, you know so much about so many topics that like glassware and um, even garage stuff, bathroom stuff. You put in so much research. You're going to just recognize stuff when you see it at sales, which is amazing. There we go. So Courtney's got another one coming out. I got one that came out this morning. I'll have my my auction online real estate online auction. I think Monday or Tuesday. We'll see. But Emily Conway, you're the best. I need to reach out to him and see if we can do something. I'd love to interview him and do, because I want to start running a series of interviews. And I think he and Josh and Bluegrass Picker, there's a few guys that would be really, really good. So I need to reach out to him and see if he'd be willing to do that. I'd love to interview him and talk with him about his transition to full time and how he's sort of just poured everything in. And I think it's a cool story. Yeah, send Emily. You got to get featured because you're awesome, and it's a lot of fun. Courtney's the best. I've done it, so if I can do it, I know you can do it. 22 videos pending. See, you're so much better than I am. I literally I'm cutting it like right before I put it up. Did we go through all my? I don't think we didn't go through all of them because I have another big thing to do here. Though this, you guys might know, flight simulators sell pretty well. I got this. This is actually part of that big bundle that I got the Pirates of Penzance in, and everything else for like $14. This comes with a manual. Don't have the manual, so I priced it low, and it still sold. And this sold in like 2 weeks. $7.99 free shipping, but it was part of a bundle deal. It doesn't weigh anything. It's going to cost $4 to ship out. I'm going to make a couple bucks on it. Remember, I paid $14 for an entire box. So this is just a couple bucks on top. And that's what you do when you make a bulk deal. There's some things in there that you just, you make all the money you can. So that's what that is. The big thing that I sold, it actually sold yesterday while I was out garage sailing. And storage auctioning and online auctioning and thrifting. It was a full day yesterday. Here is, and this is the power of the lot, guys. This is, how many do I have here? 19. These are 19 Power Rangers DVDs. It's a total of, I put it in the listing, 64 discs. So I put in the listing, hey, there's 19 DVDs here, 64 discs, because obviously that's a big number. People want to see that number, right? I actually had some interest overseas in this, but it's too expensive to ship overseas because it weighs more than, it's like 5 pounds. So it's over the international first class. So I had to take down my international listing once I realized it just pushes too far over. So shipping wasn't going to be feasible. So I lotted together. These are not great on their own. I sold some Power Rangers stuff that was pretty good on its own, both like 3-disc seasons. Because what they did, they spun off, like even some of these. We've got Power Rangers Turbo, Power Rangers in Space, Alien Rangers. There's a Christmas one in here. There's all sorts of different Power Rangers stuff. This sat for a while. I picked this up this last summer. But it's sold as a lot when none of these are worth, they won't sell on their own. They just won't. But together, somebody paid $72.05 because it's caught in one of my sales. So that's the weird pricing. So they paid $72 plus medium mail shipping. I paid $14 for the entire box, and these sold for $72. So that's not bad. It's going to clear up some space on my shelf. And this is all profit because we already, all those wrestling DVDs, we made a ton of money already. So after I add these in, I think we're probably pushing $400 made off of that $14 DVD box. So DVDs are not dead, guys. You just got to find the right ones. So Power Rangers are going to make $70. It is amazing. I'm excited about that. I got to catch up on chat real quick here. You guys are chatting away, and I missed it. Melinda, thank you. Yeah, I like interview shows, and that's what I do. That's my day job, right? Like I co-host a news program, and then I interview people for a half hour. So I might as well bring that to YouTube. I mean, it's something I already know how to do. Um, I I'm told by the guests that come in on the show that I'm good at it, so I might as well try and do it on here. Marjorie, thanks for coming in. Look at Marjorie's here, everybody. Marjorie is awesome. Everybody that's in here, go and follow everybody else's channel if you don't already, because all of you guys have really, really good content. And we can learn from, you know what, I taught, just a message of we can all learn from everybody. I've been doing this for a little over a year now, a year and a couple months, for starting from scratch, from zero. If you guys know Kevin, the Commonwealth Picker, I think he might have started before eBay started. He's been doing this like 20 years at least. So maybe not before eBay, because I think that was what, 96, 95, 96. But he's been doing this for 20 years. And I taught him something yesterday about how the global shipping program worked and how you can find out where an item is going by looking at the reference number. Just made a comment on one of his videos. He said, "Oh, I didn't know that." Guy's been doing this forever. And I taught him something. So just a message, an example. We can all learn from each other. So go and watch everybody else's stuff. The power is the knowledge in this thing, right? Because you got to find the stuff that other people are missing. You can't know everything, but you can pick up stuff from people like Courtney, that she goes and does all this research and presents it to you and says, "Look, guys, here's a topic. Let me show you a whole bunch of things that are going to make you money." Courtney does so much work to share with us. It's so greatly appreciated. And then she has the live shows where she has everybody else come in. And so you get other people saying, "Hey, I found this. Hey, I found that." And then that sticks in your brain. You see it at the next garage sale. I'll go, "You know what? Somebody said that was worth a lot of money. Let me look it up." It's stuff that can make you money. Are the DVDs, Courtney? A little bit. Some Power Rangers stuff is pretty good. Especially if you find it in good condition. That I just had to lot them up together because individually they weren't much, but there's 64 total discs there. So it's just somebody that likes Power Rangers or has a kid that likes Power Rangers. Some of those are probably hard to find. And so all of a sudden, if they can plop those down in front of their kid and say, "Hey, look, here's, what is it? 17 discs. It's not even 17 discs. I mean, some of these have like 4 and 5 discs in it. That's going to keep somebody busy for a very long time. So I think it's the power of lotting something together. The wrestling DVDs that I sold out of that are definitely a BOLO. The old WrestleMania DVDs, I was selling those for $20 and $25 a piece. And they moved really, really quickly because you can't find those anymore. So those were definitely a BOLO out of there. I got them all at the same place. I'm way behind now. Sorry, guys. I'm super way behind. You guys are chatting away, and I missed everything. I'm just going to highlight some of these real quick. BOLO Buddies, go watch her channel. She is, like I said, she's amazing, and she puts in a lot of work. Wow. That's exactly. You go watch Courtney's channel and she will make you money. Marjorie, thank you. They didn't make sense by themselves. So I thought, let's make a big, it's sort of like when you lot, I found a bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff yesterday. I could sell I have all 4 turtles, from the same year. I could sell them all individually for a few bucks, but why not lot them together and give somebody an instant collection? Somebody that's wanting to start, all of a sudden, I've got all 4 turtles. It makes more sense to lot them all together. So I like creating an instant collection. I think that's a good thing. Hey, Swamp Picker is in here. 15 in the chat. Yeah, I think 15 is the most we've ever had. So that's awesome. So thank you for coming in, guys. And once again, now my nose itching. Okay, what do you got here? What do you got for me, Emily? I put you up without even reading it. Lots of happy Ninja Turtle collectors in other countries too. Yeah, global shipping is awesome. I mean, especially for collectible stuff, it's really, really good. Now, let me ask you, Emily, did you learn? I learned yesterday. I didn't learn, or I didn't know this before. I learned it while researching the plastic figures. There are in the original line from what is it, 89? Because that's when these are from, the very first run of the Ninja Turtles, or the second run, some of them. There are hard-headed figures and there are soft-headed figures. So some information for you guys. If you find Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, let me show you. I have them right here. So these guys, I grabbed all these guys. This is the whole, I shoved them all in the bag and it wouldn't quite close. The heads, let me find which one in here. I have one soft, there's a hard-headed and there's a soft-headed. Now you can't tell the difference just looking at it, so I guess I don't need to pull it out. But when you look at this, is the Rat King, not super valuable by himself. I lotted him together. I lotted several of these together. When they first started making these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they went kind of cheap in the first run, honestly, because the bodies are the harder plastic, and the heads in the very first run are rubber. Basically, it's like a hard rubber. So if you squeeze it, you can tell it squishes in a little bit. It's not the same material as the rest of the body. Those are more desirable because they only made a limited run of those. It was the very first run. And then when the Turtles started gaining steam and they realized people are buying these things, then in the second run and after, they started making the heads out of the same material that they made the bodies. It's more expensive, but they last longer. They're more durable. And so if you can find those soft-headed, and if you look for listings, like I have in here somewhere, well, he's buried. But I have one of the bad guys. I have oh, here he is right here, Bebop. This is the one soft-headed that I have out of the bunch that I got. So you can't tell in there, but if I squeeze his head squeezes in a little bit. This guy, if he's the hard-headed version, the later run, he's worth about $10, right thereabouts. With the soft-headed version, he's worth about 15. These guys are worth between 10 and 20% more if their heads are the softer rubber. So it's something to look out for. The collectors know that, and they'll look for soft head or soft-headed in the listing. So that's a keyword to put in the listing. But if you can find, now it's only the original. There's the 4 Turtles, Splinter, the Rat, and was there 8 of them or just the 6? And Shredder. That might be the only, or no, there was 8, because there's these 2 guys. There was Rocksteady and Bebop. The other guy was a rhinoceros looking guy. And then the 4 Turtles, Splinter the Rat, and Shredder with the ninja mask thing on. Those are the 8 in the original run, that some of them have the soft head, and some of them are super rare. Some of them, like I think the Shredder is the one that's super rare for soft headed. So you'll actually get quite a bit if you can find him as the soft headed version. And that's how you know, it's because that's how collectors know that he was one of the very first made. So that's why he's worth more. So there's some random Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles knowledge for you. I know that's what you guys came in for, right? And let's see what. Yeah, no, thank you. Singapore and the Netherlands. Yeah, I've shipped to both of them. I shipped to Thailand earlier this week. Listing while listening. I'm just trying to catch up. Hey, Jennifer, thanks for coming in. Soft-headed turtles, $25. I didn't know about Rat King though. Yeah, well, no, the Rat King doesn't have one. I just grabbed him as an example. Bolo, you have turtles. Get the turtles listed. Turtles sell. The sell-through rate on all of these, they don't sell for a ton, but the sell-through rate is crazy. Like if you find them, they will sell. So I mean, it's pure and simple. That you find them, they'll sell. Oh yeah, I got you. There's 8 of them. I think I caught up. Yeah, so the 8 characters, there are some that are soft-headed, which I just learned yesterday through my research, which is cool. So if you can find them out there, they're out there. I actually talked with a friend of mine today. He was at a different garage sale I didn't know about on Friday, and he said, he says, "Hey, I got a whole box of Ninja Turtles stuff for like $5 this weekend." I said, "I did too." He said, "Where?" And we thought they were maybe the same place, and they put them out at different times, two completely different places. And they had like probably the only two garage sales that we had in town, and they each had Ninja Turtle stuff. And he actually found he did better than I did, I think, because he had the dome. What is it? The Terror Dome, the Techno Dome. Now I can't remember. It's basically the playset that they made. It was never, I don't think it was in the show, but it was the playset that they made for Shredder and the bad guys. That thing's super valuable. A seat cover to Great Britain tomorrow. That's awesome. I love my international sales. They're really, really good. I think they tend to, I've seen about a 25% bump in my sales from opening international. So we're definitely going to do a show on that later. I'm going to start randomly packaging a couple of these things as we talk. But I did have, and I put it in the description. I don't know if any of you guys actually looked at this description and saw it, but I had something that came to my mind yesterday while I was garage sailing. Garage sailing. When I went to the one garage sale that we had here, I'm going to move the turtles real quick before I knock them over. All right. So I went to that garage sale, and for those of you that didn't watch the video yet, and I talked with them a little bit and stuff that wasn't on the video, but when you go to sales that have husbands and wives, typically, or even just two people in general, typically there's one person that wants to make money off of that sale. That's their motivation, is to make money off of the garage sale. The other person just wants to get rid of stuff. And a lot of times you have one of both. I think more often than not, there's one of both, and they're not of the same mindset. Though I have noticed there's also a socioeconomic factor to that the garage sales, frankly, that are in the ritzier neighborhoods, very often, they're both of the mindset of let's get rid of the stuff. And they just want to get rid of it. They're not looking to make money. They're just looking to clear room. I have noticed that. But it was very clear yesterday, just by listening a little bit while I was shopping, I was listening to them talk with other people. And I went to check out, and the lady was standing there, the wife. And I did not want to check out with the wife. She was a very pleasant lady, very, very nice. And we chatted afterwards. And because I had no other garage sale to go to, so I hung around and talked, small talk for a little bit. Need my marker. The wife wanted to make the money. She was the one that, now she wasn't out the prices were very, very reasonable, but when it came to sort of haggling, like, hey, I have all this stuff. How much do you want? She was the one that wanted a little bit more. The guy, when I walked in, I said, "So you're getting in early on the garage sale season, huh?" And he says, "Are you kidding me? Look at all this junk." Like, initially, that was his first thing. And so I kind of gave him a hard time. I'm like, "Junk, this is treasure." He goes, "Oh yeah, look at all this treasure." So very clearly, this guy just wanted his garage back, right? He just wanted space in his garage. He was ready for this stuff to be gone. That was the guy I wanted to deal with. When I brought the box of turtles up, initially he said he wanted to, it was the make me an offer, because there's nothing on them. And actually the box wasn't even open. I had to bend down and open the box, and there were no other toys. So good example of make sure that you look in boxes. There was nothing saying that this was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. So he initially asked me, he said, "Well, I don't know, make me an offer." And I said, "What if I just pile it with the rest of my stuff and we'll make a deal at the end?" And he said, "Okay, yeah, that's fine." And so then when I went to check out, they had this little discussion when they were trying to figure out how much to charge me for the turtles. And they were not going to throw anything out. I don't like to be the first one to throw out, but I didn't want it to sit there for a long time, because what was going on was the wife all of a sudden remembered that, hey, we've got a friend that sells stuff online, she said, and he knows about some of this stuff. And we were going to ask him, maybe, because we don't know if any of those are valuable or not. And none of them have their accessories. So none of them are particularly valuable because it's just a loose figure. And so then it got into, and then the husband's like, well, yeah, I mean, maybe we'll hold on to these and maybe we'll wait and ask him. And if that's what they wanted to do, I was fine with it. I'd have been bummed out, but we'll let them do whatever they're going to do. But the husband, I said right before that, I said, what about $10? I'll give you $10 for the whole box rather than you have to part this thing out all day long, charge people $1 a piece or whatever. I'll just give you $10 and this box is gone. And so then he was like, well, yeah, we might hang on to it. I don't know. We might. And then a switch went off and he just went, you know what? No, we need to get rid of stuff. That's the mindset we have to have. $10, take it. So that was fantastic. I was like, you know what? Here, take my money. So that was just something that I had the thought of, be a little aware when you're at these sales of the attitude of the people that you're dealing with, especially if there's multiple people. We went to one last year where I picked up some amazing vintage baseball hats. One of them sold for almost $100. They weren't all that good, but a Pepsi sold for about $100. And the husband, he was the one wanting all the money. The wife just wanted the stuff gone. And so she saw me. She gave us fantastic deals. Like they had an exercise machine that was marked like $50. We got it for $5. She said, well, how much would you give me? And then she answered her own question, said something like, would you do 20? And it was actually my wife. She goes, I was kind of thinking 5. And I was like, whoa, she went low. And then all of a sudden the lady was like, yeah, that's fine. And so she took it. So be sure you know who you're dealing with. And then she gave us all those hats at the same place. And she had seen me looking at, they had a couple of Disney mugs. I was looking at the Disney mugs and a couple of them were pretty good. And on my way out, I'm getting ready to leave to check out. She goes, oh, and while you go by, take a couple of those mugs. And I was like, well, I don't know. I was looking at them. I was thinking about it. She goes, no, seriously, just take a couple. But don't tell my husband. He keeps trying to charge people for things, was what she said. I'm like, well, that's a garage sale, right? Like, that's the deal. She just wanted this stuff gone. So that's just one tip I had was, make sure you know who you're talking to at the sale. Find the one that wants the stuff gone that has no emotional connection to any of it. Those are the ones that you're going to get the best deal from. I just got a message from my buddy. I was checking that. All right. What do we gotta ask? I always offer low. Yeah. The only problem is you gotta, like, I always worry about asking too low, right? And offending them. That's the one thing. But it is hard to, like, initially, it is hard when people first start, at least it was for me, to not give people what they're asking for. But it is amazing what kind of deals that you'll get from people. Like they'll have something for $2 and something for $1, and then you can ask. It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing of if they have something for 2 and something for 1, and you go into them and saying, would you do it? Would you do both for $2? A lot of times they'll say yes. You could have. You just asked. What you just asked was, I will pay you what you think this one is worth. Will you give me this one for free? That's the same thing you just asked. You just asked it in different words. And it's kind of funny. They'll always go, oh, yeah, I'll do that. Hey, we got Bluegrass Picker in the house. I got I'm getting more texts. I got Anthony, I got a potential interview for you. I'm going to connect you guys because I think he's really good. Courtney, I don't know what's happening on with you and Marie. You guys play nice. I don't know what's going on. I got to pack something. What am I going to pack? I'm standing here not packing a thing. We're gonna pack the flight simulator. I just need a little bit of bubble right over here. And we'll throw it in an envelope. Super easy. Nothing to it. I love selling media. I love selling games. Just, it doesn't take up any space. It sells slowly but steadily. And it's ridiculously simple to ship. There's so many. That's really the same reason I like selling hats. Same thing. Probably do these 2 Funko Pops here as well. Hey, there's Mark. We had to set up Mark with a YouTube bluegrass. That guy knows all there is to know about men's vintage outdoor and hunting wear. It's amazing. And Bibles. That dude's made thousands of dollars off of selling Bibles, haven't you, Mark? I actually left behind, Mark's never going to let me hear the end of it. I left behind 4 Bibles and a video. He came in after me, picked them up, and he's now sold them all for a couple $100. And I think the one I picked, oh no, I did sell the one. I think I did sell the one I picked up. I was thinking maybe I still had it. I got Jeff texting me right now. I asked him, I think, Mark, I think I found a hand drawn from 1968, I think. I thought it was out at the Broadwater. And now Jeff's texting me. I haven't read it yet. He's telling me where he thinks it is. I think it's out there. I think it could be worth some money locally. Pretty cool. Sports cards are the same. Yeah, you're right. They are. I've shipped several of them now, and you're absolutely correct. They are easy to ship for sure. And light. I mean, they don't weigh anything. Like this 4 ounces. That's not going to cost me anything. Simulator 4 ounces. Sim 4 ounces. So that's going to be what? Probably less than $4, depending on where it's going, I guess. This guy, unfortunately, because it's collectible, even though it's not super valuable, it's collectible. We got to put it in a box, not an envelope. I don't know. He's not going to fit in the 4, but he'll fit in the 6. So we got the box weighs more than the figure itself, unfortunately, or the card itself. But that's fun. Yeah, it's easy to store. How hard is it to find those when you sell them, though, Bluegrass? You must have to have a really good filing system in order to quickly find the card. You know, at least with hats, I can flip through them and look for the right color or look for the, you know, every once in a while I get like a black one that looks like all the other black ones, and they're harder to find. I don't think I even need to, frankly, add any wrap to this, though. Yeah, I'll add one thing of bubble on it just so it doesn't bounce around. But $10 for an old piece of cardboard, yeah, we're going to do that every day. That I literally pulled out of their garbage can. Though it's got some, it's interesting. It's got some damage. Bluegrass, but when I was helping my buddy with the storage unit the other day, we looked in this bag. It was a bag full, like literally had garbage in it, Gatorade bottles, you know, it's trash. And I saw the corner of what looked like a top loader. I'm like, wait a minute, what is that? There was. It's sad because it's probably trash. Like Jeff's going to have to pull it out of the case. I think there's multiples in there, and I think moisture got in there. So I don't know if there's any value left. It might be beyond repair. But it might also be, you know what, this is in rough shape, but for an entry-level collector, maybe it's okay. We found I found a Russell Wilson rookie card, Topps Russell Wilson rookie, and it's not only a rookie card, it's it's got a patch, like a uniform patch on there. My guess is in good condition, that's worth a little bit right now. And this guy had it in a trash bag. I don't understand. I do not understand what was happening there. So this is G.I. Joe file card, weighs with the box 6 ounces. And I don't want to, you know what, we'll spoil it because there's only 12 of you in here. You won't tell anybody, right? I'm going to put it up later this week, and I'll put a link to Jeff's channel because we were both there kind of double teaming this thing. We found a couple other sports things in there. We found a Kansas Paul Pierce stitched jersey from like, it would have been the 80s? No, not the 80s, not Paul Pierce. We did find something I got them mixed up. Okay, from the 80s. I was like, wait a minute, what am I talking about? Paul Pierce 80s. We found from the 80s. It's not a starter. It was a different line, but it looked like a starter. It's a satin Cincinnati Reds jacket. So Cincinnati across the front. The buttons, they're not all scraped up or anything at all. They're beautiful. It's got the Reds logo, slapped on the arm. The jacket itself was a little dirty, but it could be washed off really easily. And Union made, I think it could be from the 80s. And then we found a Paul Pierce college stitched jersey. Those two paid for the unit. Like he paid $30 for the whole unit. So it's pretty incredible. I know you are. 200 listings, easy. Yeah, well, you got it down. I'm sure you got a system. Yeah, and Russell Wilson, yeah, and that's if he can. It seems like there's cards sandwiched together, so he's gonna have to be real careful. He might be able to salvage it and get a couple bucks out of it, just for somebody that wants a rookie card and can't spend high level for a mint card. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, the Nurse Flipper's here. And he started, Jeff knows, I didn't realize, and that's another reason why, the reason I thought about him being on your show, you guys have a lot to chat about because he started doing cards and card breaks and knows all about cards. So it's interesting that he started with cards, he moved away from them to do other stuff, but still has the knowledge of some of those old cards and stuff like that. So I think, I think you guys get along well. Send it to John. You know what? I would have thought about that if it was mine. There's Jeff's unit. He ended up buying it. I thought about it, and he got in before I could. So, and I didn't need he doesn't either. Neither one of us need it, but a lot of it honestly was trash. But there's a nice Italian-made sports jacket in there as well that he's going to make out well on. Fallout, Nerd Rage. We're going to wrap this guy. Let's get the boxes for these Funkos set. Yeah, Swamp Picker. I think I saw you in here, so thanks, Swamp Picker. We're up to 17. There must be nothing going on. I gotta see how much I didn't plug my computer in. I gotta see how much juice is left in this thing. Oh, we still got 26 minutes, it says. We're still good. We've been going for quite a while. I got nice weather here today, though. Nice is relative. I mean, nice here is probably freezing in Florida, right? It's a little overcast. I think it's supposed to get cold again here in the next week or so, and we might get a little bit of short-lived snow, but then it's going to be spring-type weather again. It's been a really, really weird winter here in Montana. Up in the upper elevations, they're still getting snow. Our snowpack is good, so we're okay in terms of, you know, forest fire type stuff down the road. But lower elevations, we haven't had hardly any snow. And we're at a relatively high elevation, and we just haven't had the snow. All right, there's our Funko boxes. What we got there? Michael Live now, if you want to jump in, Troy. Yeah, man. What time? When are you doing that? Because I'm just finishing up. Like I said, I'm just randomly babbling now. You're much better. People would rather watch you than me sit here and babble and randomly pack things. Plus, you've got good lighting, man. I got to get that ring light in. I got this light behind me that if I move, it starts to glare. I tried to turn it off, and then it was too dark. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I mean, this is a garage, right? So once that ring light shows up, we'll be much better off, I think. Ring light and IKEA bags. I got IKEA bags coming. And for those that don't have one, I think we might give one away at 500 too. I ordered some extras, so I might give an IKEA bag away as well. We got a whole bunch of I'm going to give away, guys. I'm going to give away a lot of stuff when we hit 500 because I'm just I'm so appreciative of all you guys. Once we hit that 500 subs, I'm going to be giving away a lot of stuff. I mean, nothing. It's like you guys aren't winning the lottery, but we're giving away free stuff. Who don't want free stuff, right? I'm not quite to Cincinnati Picker Harry Tornado level where I'm giving away free thermal printers, but maybe when we hit 1,000, I'd be down with doing that at 1,000 if we could get there. I think we will. I just don't know how long it's going to take. It's definitely a slow, like it takes a long time to build it. Like, and I noticed when you're low, you notice when you lose people. Like I was at 413, and all of a sudden we dipped down to 412. I was like, where did that guy go? And then we went back up to 413. So I think we're at 413 when I jumped in here. All right, this is Nerd Rage. Nerd Rage Funko Pop. Funko Pops typically weigh 8 to 10 ounces, about the same as a baseball hat, frankly. Some of them are heavier. This one's 8.8, so he is 9 ounces. I love some Funko Pops. I'm selling through all the ones I have. Yeah, I got to catch up. Box lights are good too. Yeah. I only have so much room too, so it's trying to figure out even where I'm going to put it then. I'm going to have to rearrange. Send me, well, I got to get to 500 first, Cajun. But I ordered several extras. And then I ordered actually for me one of the, it's like a massive bag and it's got a zipper across it. And it has straps. You can wear it as a backpack. That's going to be my new take it to the mail, take it to the post office bag. I'm excited about those. What else we got? You have an IKEA. Yeah, you are lucky. We don't have one in the state, Melinda. 7 Central. So what is that? That's 1 hour ahead of me. So 6. Okay. I'll see if you're on. Shoot me an email with the link. And I don't know if I'll be around, but I'll try to be. Yeah. Well, Courtney, though, once you build up that steam, then it starts to go, right? Like it just takes a while to get that ball rolling down the hill. I guess if you get a shout out from like Garage Flips or something, somebody that's got a massive following, that certainly helps. I know when Kevin Commonwealth Picker announced that he was sending something for my giveaway, I think I got like 30, 35 people from that. All right. So there's hella all bubbled up. All the people that say, you know, I stay away from Funkos because those collectors are so picky, and you can't pet. Collectors of everything are picky, folks. That's all. That's all you got to do. You wrap it in bubble, fold the ends like a Christmas present. All right, corner, 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 or side, side, I guess, side, side. So you get the points. Slide it into the box. Safety. All done. And then we tape her up. She's a little heavier. She might be pushing 11 ounces. Well, 10 ounces. 9.4. I'm getting better at this. Can judge it by hanging on to the box. So she's going to be, that's hella. She's 10 ounces. How's sales been going for you guys? Have you seen an up? I feel like there should be an uptick because people are all scared of going outside. Hey, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it. It's just now ramble time, and we're just hanging out. Matt, part-time pickers. Yeah, see, Matt, that would do it. Did you get 127.6? No, I did not. I picked up like 30 or 40 overnight, though. Matt's great. I love watching. Watching Matt. Though it's kind of unfair that I feel like that guy's got like the most incredible thrift store that I've ever seen. Like, how is that possible? That he gets so much stuff out of that same little thrift store constantly. Not fair, man. What do you got here? Oh, look. Bluegrass is giving us tips. Well, he's giving us a tip that he's got a tip. Yeah, watch these guys on Friday mornings. They're awesome. New seller, new record for me. Hey, that's awesome. How long have you been how long have you been doing it, man? That's why I'm doing, like, admittedly, these live shows are very much more just, I mean, this is very rambly random. Typically my shows are like a what sold or a thrift haul or, hey, here's something that can help you. So this one is a little bit different, but there's other people. Go follow the other people in here. You can definitely get some good information from the people that are in here. Yeah, that's what I got too, Bluegrass. I think I picked up like 35 or 40 people that want. He autographed one of his retired Titleist hat. He autographed it for me and did it on the show, and talked about the channel, and then sent it over to me. So I'm gonna go. I need to grab a padded envelope for this. One sec, guys. There's definitely people, if you've been doing this 30 days, definitely people in here. I mean, even if you haven't, anybody, but there's definitely information in here. BOLO Buddies would be the first one I'd say. Go follow her channel. You will learn a ton by watching Courtney's channel. I mean, truthfully, she does so much work to share. So we wrap that. And that's how we're going to send that movie. Love selling DVDs. Done. First come, first serve. Yeah, I'll have to. I need to do one of your live shows again, Courtney. It's been a while. If you want a return customer, it's been a while since I've been on there, and it's fun. I had a good time. So if you need somebody, if you want me on, just holler, and we'll schedule it. You got my contact information. So if you've got a date that you need filled, holler at me. I'll do it again. It's a lot of fun. So this is Pirates, and it almost doesn't matter for medium mail because it's under a pound, but we're going to weigh it because that's what we do. And it's 4 ounces. Pirates, 4 ounces. All right. We're getting a pile built up over here of packed things. I like that. Yeah, that's a good tip too, Cajun. The Reselling Resource Center. Look that up on Facebook. Amazing people, amazing information in there. I actually just posted a question in there today. I don't know if I've got. Let's see if I've got anybody that's helped me yet. I don't know, because I posted it and then I came in here because I found that sign. I don't know anything about it other than I think it looks cool. Let's see. I've got I got a like, and then I did get a comment. Let's see. Everybody like it. Oh, look. See, there we go. See, I posted something. I was like, hey, I don't know anything about this. Do you guys know? And people found it. So Reselling Resource Center. Yeah, go check it out. I'm going to reply to these people real quick, actually. We'll do it live so you guys can watch me typing. It's very exciting. With condition. All right, there we go. So yeah, I had a question, and there's so many people that know so much stuff in there that I got an answer. So now I can list an item that I didn't know anything about. I'm behind again. Sorry. Just wait. Yeah, it was going to be a while, right? No, I'm not. I'm still friendly. Hey, Andrew and I talk all the time. I think he's still he's a little salty about getting beat by cockroach bait, but you know, that's how it rolls. Actually, that's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that show. It was a lot of fun. And there we go. Let's see. I need to plug in my computer. It's gonna die. Because now we're just getting silly. Now it's an hour and a half that we've been in here. So if you guys want to keep hanging out, I'll keep letting this thing run. But I don't know how much I got to talk about. But if there's something you guys want to know about, I will tell you what I think. I got no problem with that. Hey, couple of pickers is here. All right, well, it's time to go. Thanks for coming in. The Facebook group is the Reselling Resource Center. It's a fantastic group of people, and there's good folks on there. Yeah, go check that out. Oh, what do you got here? Okay, so we're all gonna help. How do I even say that, man? I'm just gonna call you OT. Had first printing label nightmares. Labels upside down. eBay has no way to reprint multiple labels. Had to void the labels and repurchase. Did I do it wrong? Well, I mean, if you voided the labels, you will get refunded. If you void labels through eBay, you will get refunded. I think it takes a couple days. You can go. I don't know if there's a way to reprint batches. I don't batch print anyway. I'm paranoid that I'm going to put it on the wrong put something on the wrong package and send things to the wrong place. So I just print one at a time, to be honest with you. So maybe somebody else in here knows about batch printing. I don't. Let me turn this while I got to fold this shirt. So I'm no help in batch printing, but I know you can go in and reprint. You can reprint individual labels. If you go into on the Seller Hub, if you go to orders, you've already printed it, so it thinks it's paid and shipped. So if you go to orders, paid and shipped, you should be able to find that particular item again, and then you can go in and print the label again. But I'm not sure, how did you print upside down? What do you mean by that also? Was it like, do you have like sticky labels and it went upside down on that? Or I'm going to send, you know what? I got a box. I'm going to send Untuck It in a box. I got one sitting here. I might as well. I don't want to mess up the collar. But if you're only 30 days in and you got enough orders that you're batch printing, that's impressive. I'd be curious how many items you have listed and what you're selling and stuff. That's awesome. And that's why I started doing the YouTube thing, was because I learned so much from watching people on YouTube. I just kind of want to return the favor. And people like you that are just starting, I don't know everything. I don't know a fraction of the things, but I know a little bit. And so if I can help share some knowledge, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm wanting to do. There we go. I don't like these new bags I got. Well, they're part of a bulk deal, so I'll use them until they're gone, but I don't love them. I'll go back to my old ones. And I couldn't find my eBay. I need to order new envelopes. I'm running out and I'm waiting. I'm trying to hold out until I get my new coupon. Is there anybody else that's waiting until April 1st in order to hoping that their tape or their envelopes or whatever survive until April 1st? I'm hoping. My padded eBay branded padded envelopes are almost gone, and I'm just really hoping that I make it to April 1st. Labels in the upside down, printed on the non-sticky side, an Epson printer. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you had the label sheet. You're doing the sticky labels and you had it printed upside down. I got you. I see what you're saying. I used those for quite a while. Eventually moved to a thermal printer because I got sick and tired of buying 40 sheets of sticky labels, or 100 sheets of sticky labels for $40. It was killing me once I started to sell more. Yeah, I don't know batch labels, how to get back in, but you can go in and one by one it and look at each order and just reprint that label. So that's one way you could do it without having to avoid it and then sit and wait for all that money to come back, because for a couple days it's going to look like you paid for that. You paid for that label twice, right, before the money comes back. This is the Untuck It, and it weighs 8 ounces. All right, there's that one. Garfield has to wait. I need a box for him. I got one big box, and I think I got to use it for all my movies over here. I'm going to move this. And I hope it fits. Well, it should. It's a 12 by 9 by 9. I think my movie, I'll probably have to cut it down, actually. I'll listen while I'm at the gym. I don't know if we're going to go that long, man. But like I said, if people want to hang out in here, it's going to be it may be a rough watch back if people jump in here after the fact. But you know, I don't mind hanging out if you guys are just hanging out too. Yeah, I always wait for the coupon. What do you guys get with your coupons? I like getting the envelopes myself. I got these thank you card things this first quarter, mostly just because I ran out of my stickers, my thank you stickers. So I'll use them, but don't love them. This next one, I'm going to get the envelopes. I usually get either the padded or the non-padded envelopes. Though I know a lot of people get the tape. I do have some eBay tape that I picked up as part of a bulk deal. I just haven't used it yet. When I run out of this other tape, I will, I suppose. I still have. Come on, man. You're running out of time. You got to use that thing. All right. Let's see what these look like. I might put a little bubble on the bottom. Why not? Doesn't cost anything. I don't know where my knife went, though. I'm going to use my Scotty peeler. That's probably sharper than my knife, to be honest with you. This thing, I haven't cut my finger open on this thing yet, but it's come close. There we go. All happy and bubbly at the bottom. And now we got 17 Power Rangers DVDs going out for $73 plus shipping. That's not bad. I think we're probably about 20 cents into each of them, something like that. And yeah, so for future reference, 17 DVDs fit pretty well in a 12 by, what is it? I don't remember. 12 by 9 by 9? I think that's what it is, 12 by 9 by 9. Hey, chicken fried steaks in. Man, we had to wait around for an hour and 40 minutes before he showed up, but he made it. Poly mailers. Yeah, that's what I get too, Melinda. Typically, I have the store too. I get the $25. And typically what I'll do is I'll use that 25 and then I end up paying what, like $8 or whatever for the order of my, of my own money. Which is fine. I mean, you're still getting a discount. Their stuff is higher priced, but I'm running out of paper. I'm gonna have to go to the newspaper and get some more probably tomorrow. And the nice thing is this is media mail, so I'm actually not going to cut down this box because cutting down boxes is kind of obnoxious and I don't like doing it. And so for media mail, I mean, even if it bumps me up to past the next pound by putting filler in here, it's going to cost me what, like 30 cents? Doesn't cost anything. So we're just going to void fill the top, put a thank you note in there, seal it up. It's going to bounce a little, but it's not going to hurt anything. Not much. There's just a little give in there. But with all that paper at the top, it's not going to hurt anything. And there we go. That is what a $70 box of Power Rangers DVDs looks like. I'm glad to be getting rid of those. They took a while, but it's a nice, yeah, and that did push it over. It's 6 pounds, 1 ounce. So I pushed it over with all that void fill. But like I said, media mail is so cheap, I'm not concerned about it. And they paid shipping. So they paid, I think, 5 pounds of shipping. So I'm not going to pay hardly anything. Power Rangers, it's 6.1. All right. And that, oh no, I got the Woolly still to pack. So I got one more thing to pack, and then I'll probably head out because this thing has been going an hour and 45. So that is super long. So I appreciate all you guys that stuck around. It looks like a lot of you stuck around, which is cool. I mean, it gets that watch time up. I guess at this point, it doesn't much matter if I have that watch time because I'm not even a 500 yet. So I don't need to worry about watch time until I am actually up around being monetized, right? But I certainly appreciate you guys coming in here a ton. I got to weigh this too. This is an international going to France. So I think I'll probably put this in a box since it is going international and it's a fairly expensive order. So let's fold it this way. I could potentially have shoved this if this was a domestic order. This could have potentially shoved into a padded flat rate, probably. But going all the way to France, I don't want to put a nice wool sweater in a poly mailer. We'll put him in a box. He's not going to fit that, but he'll fit in the 8x6. And I do like to put stuff in boxes. Once I get past about $50, once they're starting to pay about $50 for something, I like putting it in a box. I mean, just to show that you care about their item, right? And it gets protected more, especially going overseas. Yeah, we do OT. I tend to do these for the last month and change. I've been doing it on Sunday at 5 Eastern, between 5 and 5:30 Eastern. I've been going on, and I just do. If you watch back at the beginning of the show, if you do the watch back when it uploads, I went through the 10 things that I sold this weekend and talked about those a little bit, and then it's just chit chat as I pack stuff up. I think. Oh. Like a glove. Look at that, right in there. But I do have to weigh this for the international shipping. They're going to ask how much the item weighs. And it weighs 1 pound, 8 ounces. And just fits inside of this 8x6 by 6. If you don't have a tape gun yet, I would get one. I started without one for a while. And the few dollars investment is so worth it. It got so obnoxious trying to cut it with a knife or scissors or whatever. Little investments pay off in the long run for sure. Eventually, like a thermal printer is going to be something that you'll want if you want to keep doing this at any kind of level. The thermal printer is the investment that you're going to want at some point as well, because it's going to save you so much time and money. 112. So this is going to go internationally for the 2 pound rate. This is the woolly. Okay. All right. So that's packed. I still use scissors. Seriously, come on, man. I actually found this at a garage sale for like $1. And it works great. I'm sure I could get on and buy some fancy one off of Amazon or something, but the $1 garage sale thing, I mean, it works just fine. And frankly, it feels fitting, right? That I'm using garage sale items to pack up garage sale items. But yeah, I mean, you can certainly use your tape, or your scissors. I mean, I do still use scissors on. I have a few rolls of this priority tape. I only have one. I should probably get 2 of these so that I could have priority tape on another roll, because I do have some free priority tape that I'll use on priority boxes. Hi, Susan. Thanks for coming by. We are on the downslide here. We've been chatting for a while, but coming up here in 45 minutes or so ish, I'm going to jump. I think I'm going to jump on with Bluegrass Picker over on his channel. If you're looking for something to watch while you're packing or listening or whatever, I think I might jump on with Anthony over there. He's apparently creeping on us while he's at the gym. Oh, yeah, it's not the issue with putting labels upside down. Yeah. Rock and beef stick here. Yeah, I don't have the Rolo. I have I got the Dymo 4XL. I found it on I got it on an auction, and you can get a lot of thermal printers on auction and just kind of do the swoop in at the end, and that's what I did. So I got it for a pretty good price, so I was pretty happy with that. I gotta see how tall Garfield is here to see if he will even fit. Yep, he will just fit in that 12-inch box. I got to buy another. I only had one of them, so I thought I had another one floating around, and I don't. I'm gonna have to buy one tomorrow. That's the bummer. Is, you know, if this was going, the one bad thing about the international shipping is just the boxes, right? Because this guy would go in a free priority box if he was going here in the U.S. But now I got to buy and use my own box. That's the one bummer. Wait, watching YouTube. Worse problems. Yeah, there's worse things to do, right? It's a good thing. So come and watch us on Bluegrass Picker, because I think we're about done here. There you go, DT. He can help you with the labels on the Rolo. I don't know anything about the Rolo, but Anthony does. So Anthony might be able to help you here while he's grinding out the leg day. So we'll hang out for a little bit just in case he can help. I guess I can print out some of my labels while we're waiting, because I haven't printed out any. Just because I come way over here, and then it's even more boring when you don't get to see anything. What's this one? Untuck It. So I hope everybody had good sales. I'm pretty happy with my sales. Not a super busy weekend, but really good return. I mean, $70 on the DVDs. We got 100 plus on Garfield. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Plus, I got some good sourcing in. Got footage for a couple of videos. It's a super productive eBay weekend for me. There we go. Open label. My computer's moving slow today. But this is just an itty bitty little ThinkPad. Bought it specifically just to print labels, and that's about the bandwidth that it has. All right, so Untuck It, going to Painted Post, New York. I've never heard of that. You can't do it now. Come on, man. You can do anything now, Bluegrass Picker. But if you need help, DT, go and follow the live later. Go Bluegrass Picker. Go check out his live here in a little bit, and we'll talk about it if you pop in. I haven't had one of those for a long time, man. Though, to be fair, I don't think I've had chicken fried steak for a while. I need to make dinner tomorrow. I want to do some chicken fried steak. I like that. I'll make it my own self. All right, let's do. Yeah. A new offer. New offer for some orange tab jeans. Let's see. I've been hanging on to these for a while. I have to decide if I want to take it now. Let's see. I got to see what I have them listed for. I know I don't have them for $21.60, but let's see. He is paying shipping. I got him for like 25 bucks, and he's willing to pay basically 22. So we're going to take that. It's going to Portland, so it's not going very far. It's going to be cheap to ship. So we just sold an 11th for the weekend, assuming he pays. Let's see if he pays for the orange tabs. I got them over here. I'll grab them. Stuff falling down over here. I think these are the ones I just sold. Let's see. I had a couple of orange tabs. I want to make sure that this is the right one. I sold one a little bit ago. Yep, this is the one. So if you're looking for jeans, orange tab is good. Orange tab is, now I'd have to look. I think orange tab is like 70s. Is that right, guys? 70s? I always have to look at my chart. I have various things saved. But orange tab Levi's, this is actually one that doesn't have the every, what, like 100 or so, they change the deal and they don't print Levi's on there, and you just get the R. So this one just has the R on there. But orange tab Levi's, you know they're vintage. This is a weird, like, kind of off color. It's almost like a cream color. And again, the lighting in here I know is terrible, so you can't tell. But in very good shape. You know, just your basic orange tabs. I've had these for a while. I think I only paid a couple bucks for them. So we'll see if he pays. But that's a nice sale. I'm hoping, Melinda, you're talking not about Rolos and not chicken fried steak. Hey, what's up, dog? Go on. Go talk to the other people. I'm busy. Go on. Go talk to the human people. Go. My dog's needy. Yes, I would take that for sure. Yeah, I agree. I think I had it was, like I said, basically listed for 25. He essentially offered 22 plus shipping. That's one of those things. That's why I have offers enabled, right? Somebody wants to save $3. I'm good with them saving $3, and I sourced them for like $1 or $2. I got no problem with that whatsoever. OT, thanks for stopping in, man. Man, still going all this when I drive home. Yeah, we're still going. I don't know how strong it is at this point, rummage, but yeah, we're still going. What's up, buddy? I'm talking to the people. Go on. Go talk to mom. Go get mom. Can't help him anyway. I don't know what he wants. Actually, probably wants food or water. I don't know. Yeah, mine, Bluegrass, mine is mine's a little crazy, but he's a good dog. 6 ounces. G.I. Joe. That's what it is. For a second, I couldn't remember. I couldn't figure out what the heck I wrote on the top of there. That's that G.I. Joe file card. So 6 ounces. Let's see how much of my money that's going to cost of the $10. It's going to be $3.25. It's only going to Colorado, so pretty close for me. So 3 1/4. So figure 13% out for PayPal and for eBay. That's $8.70. I take out my 3 is $5.75. So I made $5.50 off of that. That's not bad. I only paid $15 for all of the stuff I picked up over there, and the vintage cardboard fireplace. If you haven't seen the video, it's actually, I think it's really cool. that thing, there's none currently listed except for mine. One sold December 15th, I think it was, for $50 plus shipping. So that's going to be a good flip when it goes. And it comes in its own box. Like I put in the listing note that this is going to ship in this box because that's how they originally shipped it. The box it comes in is its mailing box as well. Okay, so that's done. Hella, the Funko Pop. Yeah, that Thor Ragnarok, that's what I was saying the last week when I made that video. That movie holds up. That movie's a lot of fun. I mean, I know it's not super old, but still. Actually, you know, a movie that's relatively old and that I just started rewatching again that holds up was Avatar. Just in terms of graphics and stuff. Like, I knew it was cool at the time when we saw it visually, but it's actually still, like, it fits still. It looks like it could have been made this year, which it's just very impressive what they were able to do, how well that still holds up. And Avatar stuff, probably going to be getting a little valuable because I think they're making one up here soon, aren't they, Elizabeth?
Huh?
We got the Mountain Kid.
Hi.
Say hi to the people. You're live on YouTube right now.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's nice that you did your hair for the show. Thanks for taking care of your dog. What's up, kid? Just hanging?
Wondering how long it would take before you notice me.
Oh, I saw you there. I was wondering how long it'd take before you saw that I saw.
Oh, did Garfield sell?
Garfield did sell. He's going to the UK. So he's going over to London, actually.
You took his tail off?
Yeah, I took his tail off to ship. I got to buy a box for him tomorrow because he doesn't fit in any of the boxes I have. The one box that I had, I sold all the Power Rangers DVDs, and they went in the one box that he was going to go in. So I got to get another one. Hi, my kid. Anthony says hi. Oh, look, the people saw. The people saw you. Yeah, somebody creeping on you. Yeah, you're right. She does that constantly, man. Yeah, the new Avatar is going to be, I don't know when the release date is, but keep an eye on that stuff for when stuff's coming out. Then the old stuff gets much more valuable. Like, I actually have a Dark Tower, the original Dark Tower game, which I could probably sell now for several $100s. But there's a couple companies coming together to relaunch a new Dark Tower game. That, my guess is going to relaunch even more nostalgia than already exists for that game. I mean, that game, my game is almost complete. I bet I'd have to look at comps. I bet it's about a $300 game as it stands. But when they release that new game and all the adults start telling their kids, yeah, this game is cool, but I can't, just wait till you see what this old game was like. I remember the old game. Then they're going to go looking for it. So I think the price is going to jump up. So I'm actually hanging on to my Dark Tower, and I'm not going to list it until after that new game comes out. I think it's got a Kickstarter going right now, so we'll see.
There's a new Quiet Place coming out, the second one.
There is a new Quiet Place, but I don't know if there was any merchandise for that.
March 20th.
March 20th. So there's a new Quiet Place coming out.
There's New Mutants.
New Mutants. Yeah.
Movie, New Mutants.
Oh, we got payment received. So Orange Tab paid. How about that? I accepted an offer, and they paid. Hi, dog. Now the dog wants on the show. The dog's been on the show a couple times. I know he is too short. That's fine. It's amazing that you show, actually, because of the short.
5'2".
Yeah, Bluegrass. Send me a email. Email me the link or whatever to the StreamYard, and if I can, I'll jump on. I got to get going anyway. It's been like 2 hours. I got to finish packing this stuff, putting labels on it. I got one more to pack now and labels to print on the others. So, guys, and we're losing people, which, I mean, we've been going for 2 hours. So, Harry Tornado premiere. Well, that's where they're going. So yeah, I'm going to go on, guys. I appreciate you coming in. Thanks so much. For anybody watching this back, if you made it through 2 hours and 5 minutes, God bless you. Comment underneath and let me know that you made it this far. That's pretty incredible. So yeah, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.